show again. We got a nice evening going here. It really cooled down. It's around 7 or so. It cooled down. We were over in the GMA today, and I did say on that video that I goofed and said Japan thing. It's all Chinese stuff that we got. But I did want to mention something else too, because my wife brought this up. I've bought fans here too. I've got a really huge one in there that I bought. I got it from a True Value store. I believe it was in Das Marinas. And then I bought two other ones at Abbotson's, one to hang on the wall and another small one that's a stand one. I believe you get better quality items if you buy them from there. They're working. They work no problem. It seems when you go to these smaller little, like 167 and these other stores, okay, go play. You get the bad items. Well, you better go put the balloons on. His pair of slippers broke. We were going to run down to get some more slippers, but the traffic over there is just too bad, so we'll go out tomorrow and get him some slippers. I want to try to do a few more walkabouts. Hi, sweetheart. So we can get you show you some more of these nice areas. Now that area over there in GMA, we shop there quite a bit. I didn't go on the main drag because the cop's there. A lot of them there. I don't want them saying anything because I didn't have a mask on. But a lot of people didn't, or they had them down below. And even when we were driving out of there, I saw one of the cops that was standing. They're wearing their military stuff, had it pulled down. Hard to breathe in the heat with those things on, and it's understandable. But when you head down that main drag in GMA, there's so many stores along the way. That used to be my ride home from work, and there was lots of places where I could get really good deals on fruit and stuff. I knew the ones I could get the good deal on, so I'd head down there. And there was a back way where we could get some suha that we got fantastic deals on from the little suha lady. She had some other stuff she sold, I think coconuts also, and I've gone into the market in San Jose and paid 60 to 80 for a coconut, and that little old lady was selling them anywhere over the years from 15 to 30 pesos for a coconut, and we always got a good one. We just went to our watermelon guy, and we got home, chopped the watermelon. It was just completely bad inside. My wife went back to give it. No, he didn't want anything. She just bought another one. I said, I wouldn't buy it anymore. It's not our fault it's bad. He needs to go to his people and say, hey, wait a minute. It was just, I don't know what was up with that one, but it was really nasty inside. So looked like it had been frozen. Yeah, that's how bad it was. And we have our fridge. It's got a really good temperature thing. It didn't get frozen there, and we cut the other one open, and it had that same yellow type weird thing in there. It just didn't look good. But hopefully tomorrow when we go out, we can get another walkabout going. But I did want to mention about the appliances here. I think if you go, like we bought that washing machine there, Abbotson's. I like to go there. It just seems to me like you're not going to get screwed. Plus, they don't have this 7-day thing where you got to bring it back in 7 days. If we'd have brought it back, if we'd have bought it at Abbotson's and it would have been shot, and we brought it back 9 days from when we bought it, they'd have just exchanged it. They wouldn't have made any big fuss at all. Of course, we've never had to bring anything back. I think we did get a rice cooker a while back. We got for somebody and didn't have a cord inside, and I didn't look. Usually they open stuff up and look. It was sealed, and I just grabbed it. And normally they do open things up. And I told him, hey, it didn't have a cord, and the guy just, no questions asked. They looked at the receipt. The dude in the store took it back over the desk. I think they scanned it, and he just grabbed me another one, and that time he opened it up, and everything was in it. So, they know us down there, and I'm not going to try to get something for free out of them doing anything underhanded like that. So they're pretty good. I like to, when I go to our Abbotson's, when I buy something, I always go to the same dude. I don't know for sure, but I think maybe those guys make a little commission on sales, and he's always Johnny on the spot when I show up if I want anything. I remember when I was looking for my fridge, and the stove and everything. He was right there helping out. There was a stove there. It was a little bit cheaper, and I could have got the range hood, which we're going to have to buy, for going up over the stove with a little fan in it. But and he was showing us that, but I wanted that pencil adjustment. I need that for when I'm cooking. I'm going to get a white pan. I think it was Scott sent me a thing on how to make the ghee. He sent me a link, and then I started watching on YouTube. So after we get moved, we're going to start making our own ghee. We use it quite a bit, and it's just how we want to cook. We used up the last of it today on the. I made a couple of steaks for the kids. Faye's in there cooking. You can probably hear that. I don't know if you can, but she's got the pressure cooker going. Another thing that if you're here in the Philippines, everything's 20-pound gas bottles. You can get bigger ones though, but I recommend that you get a pressure cooker, especially if you're wanting to cook beef or even if you want to do like a chicken thing. You can really roast it in a pressure cooker quick. No, she's home now. She's home already. But I ever since we started with the pressure cooker, our propane, we started going 6 weeks, and now with this stove, it uses a little bit more gas than the other one. And I know whenever they heat water in the morning, if I'm going to have a cup of coffee and my sweetie's not up, I put just enough for that cup of coffee. It whistles real quick, and I'm done. But whenever the girls heat water, they fill the thing full. Takes forever to heat up, uses a lot more gas, and and then that water cools off and we got to heat it again. I'm one for cooking just what you need, but we like our coffee here. We do drink a lot of that Nescafe powdered coffee. That in a pinch, that's really good. I make a lot of brewed. Tropical Tim gave us some.
Are you gonna give me my stick?
No, not yet. You can have that later.
You're so out.
He's on the ball. He is definitely on the ball. But we're looking to get after we move to get some more stuff done. We're going to get some cabinets up around the living room just for storage. It's a tiny house. I would have loved to have storage in the stairs like I've seen on tiny houses. We want to get a cabinet in between the dining room and the living room. We found the one we like. That's got drawers in it for the silverware and stuff. The kids have been doing their table setting at night for dinner, and they're going to have their chores, and I'm really getting on them about when they use something, put it back where they got it. I just don't want that to be a tiny house that's a mess. I've always myself been organized. When I had my gun shop, it was so funny if somebody came in there. If I set a tool down, 2 months later, I could reach right over without even looking and pick it up. But if somebody would come into my workbench and move something 10 inches, I couldn't find it. I had a rule on my big workbench that I had. I made it to the height of my elbows standing there with a nice mat on the floor, so it wasn't on the concrete. And that's where I did all my handwork. I had my vise there and all my stuff like that. And it was just a rule, and I had that going, you don't touch that. Don't touch anything on there. If I set it down, I know where I set it, and I can without looking reach over and grab it. It's like my tools in my tool pouch. I never had to look in my tool pouch. I just reached down and had the tool I needed in my hand. And I want to get the house over there run like that. The kids are all into it. We want to keep the place real neat. My wife is a neat freak, clean. She's real clean. The only thing is sometimes if we have places to set stuff, it gets cluttered and you can't find anything. So I want to try to keep that away. I want to have some drawers. Kind of like when I was in the States, when I did my kitchen, I had a dude custom make me the fronts of the cabinets, but I bought the cheap cabinets to hang on the wall, and then we had just good door fronts and pulls on. We just stuck them together with those little twist lock thingies, a cam lock, I think they call it. If I can get some cabinets like that and hang them on the wall, I'll lag them into the wall real good, and even connect them into the ceiling. And that way, we're going to have some nice places to put things. And when we get to where there's going to be the separator for the living room, dining room, I'm going to go ahead and bring the cabinets down a little bit. I might even make a thing where I just bring a cabinet all the way to the floor there. with drawers in it. I'm not sure what we can find when we start looking, but it's going to be fun looking for all this stuff. To try to get the place the way we want it. And the cabinets in the kitchen right now, both of us know we have a ladder hanging in here that we use, and I'm even going to have a ladder just for safety's sake. I had it put it 2 meters so I'm not bouncing my head onto the corner of the cabinets in the kitchen. So my wife's going to need a ladder, and I'm going to need a ladder for that stuff. I'm going to try to hang my pots. Instead of hanging them on the cabinet, I might set up some nice brackets so that I can hang them there. I like my pots hanging, always have, and the ceilings are nice and high. I always liked to hang, when I was in the States, I had my beautiful pot rack hanging right over the sink, and I picked up the biggest sink I could find. I think it was 120 centimeters. It had 3 bowls, one in the middle, and then a real deep one for pots, and it had a shallower one for the dishes or just your rinse water. And I had my big rack. I had a fellow custom make me this big oval rack that had some cross things in it, and I had beautiful hooks that I picked up at the hardware store, and all my pots, as soon as I was done washing them, boom, I hung up there, and they could drip dry right into the sink. And I can't do that here because it's, the cabinets over the sink's going to be too low. But we'll figure something out. We got a real nice dish rack ordered that the sink that we have is 85 centimeters wide, a nice deep one, and I got a 90 centimeter rack that's going to go right over the top. It's a 3-tier rack, so we can put our dishes in there. My beautiful dishes my mom got in the 1950s. They're too big. We'll store them. We got some new dishes coming. I want to get a couple sets of Corelle when I get back to SNR again. And I also want to get, they had some really nice glasses there. I want to get rid of all these crappy cups and all that kind of stuff. Set the place up. The kids are big enough now, they can handle glass. Even Moo, he's been, when he needs a glass of milk or something, he goes in and gets like a coffee cup or one of the little glasses in there, and he's very careful with it. So, we're starting to let him do that. And we're not worried too much about breaking it. It's going to happen, that's for sure. But hey, I broke some glasses when I was a kid too. Heck, I broke some glasses when I was an adult. So, we just have to watch and be careful. And that's our big thing. This move today, when we went out to GMA, there was not a single checkpoint. There was one inside of GMA. And also going to Mama's, I know there's one opened up. It was closed on Sunday. It doesn't seem like they're really pushing this so bad. Our entry gate here, they've got it closed down to one gate. There used to be an entrance and an exit. Now they got it closed up to just one. And they're not, it's not like it was a year or so ago, how tough they were getting. It seems like it's much more lax. But we're not going to push anything. I had a mask in my pocket when I was walking today on the little short walk in GMA. I'm not going to push these people. If normally they'll say, hey, you should have that on. No, I'll put it on. I'm not going to start no fuss with any of these guys. But I did see a lot of folks when I was walking. You probably see it on the camera where they had it down. Even the security guards and stuff, they're not pushing it. It would be really tough. The security guards here, in my opinion, have a really tough job. Standing on their feet all day, seeing people in and out of stores or wherever their duty post is, and to have to wear the mask the entire day. I mean, you're breathing your own exhaust. I said this in a video before. You don't drink your own pee, you don't eat your own poo. Why would you breathe your own exhaust? It's just something you shouldn't be doing. And then, of course, basically, these masks they're a petri dish. And a lot of them are wearing the cloth ones, so they're just getting full of that moisture and just picking up all kinds of garbage. You just shouldn't be breathing that. My own kids, I know my wife wants them to wear this thing. No, when it comes to me, no, they're putting it down on the bottom of their chin. I don't want them breathing that. But she does. I have to say about my wife, she washes these things religiously if we do have to put them on for some reason. And always has 3 or 4 or 5. So if they wear them for a while, poof, she changes it to a new one. So we don't, I don't want to worry. My daughter did from wearing one. She used an older one. She got a real bad rash and then bad pimples on her chin from it. And I even smelled the mask. She was keeping it in her own stuff. Mama didn't get it to wash, and it had a funky, sour smell to it. And I had to get her some sulfur soap and get her face washed up to clear that up. So there's funk in these masks. They're saying how much it protects. Well, what about the problems it causes also? How comes there's no big studies on that they're putting out that people can see? It seems like the things. I just saw a thing on a fella sent me. It was from some nurse saying that, before the hospitals were empty, everybody was afraid to go. Now there's a whole bunch of people going in because of the shot in the beer. They're scared because they're getting sick. So that's kind of scary. So just guys, look into this real deep. Look into it deep. It's not this is just abnormal what's going on. So that's what we got. So I'm gonna let you go. This is Rick Shaw. Just wanted to give you a little update on that. I said Japan's quality control, and I meant to say China. And I did want to get it through to you that these bigger stores, it seems like they have their own quality control on the stuff they get. Maybe they get tier 3 instead of tier 4. But watch what you get when it's the sticker on it says Made in China. So you all take care and pray for each other. And this is Rick Shaw out.